Everyone. Happy Monday. So awesome to be here. It's Kathleen. Ooh, having a little tickle there in the throat. I wanted to hop in here for some fabulous Monday messages, some positive support, messages of empowerment um, from one of my favorite card decks to help you start your week off on the right path. I also want to mention that this Sunday, the 11th at 11 a.m. Pacific, is the new webinar, Your Path to Empowerment. This is going to be really diving into slightly different a slightly different perspective. We're going to be adding some animal wisdom to this. Now, for those who've known me for a while, over the years, I've done at times some animal communication, but the part that I enjoyed when I intuitively connected with animals, which wasn't about really what was going on with them, why they were having issues or accidents or barking or whatever. What I was often getting was about their human, the animal's human, and what they wanted to convey to them about self love, self care, self worth, all these things that I talk about. And I realize I really want to incorporate that in my message because, especially for those of us who are real animal lovers, I've got like 8 of them myself, 3 goats, 3 dogs, 2 cats. We know how special they are. And, you know, we don't always get the message that they're trying to let us know. So, anyway, we'll be incorporating some animal wisdom on Sunday. I'd love to have you join me. There's a link here, should be showing up in the comments. If not, let me know and I can send you the link to sign up to make sure you're there. So, it's a beautiful day here in eastern Arizona. Sunny with a few clouds, but and the world is topsy turvy as always, right? The stock market's up, down, and around. Political stuff, crazy things going on in the news. The weather's all over the place. So it's a good time to really center ourselves. And I use visualization techniques with clients. It helps to go deep. And one way that you can ground yourself among all of the craziness in the world is to find a comfortable spot, close your eyes, take in some nice deep breaths, and you can imagine roots from your feet, from the bottom of your feet, going down deep into the ground and really connecting with the earth, with Mother Nature, with the animals, with the plants. And, they're all still living their lives, all the animals out there. Everyone's doing their thing. And, not worried about the things that are going on in the news. They follow their intuition, which is something that we lose sight of. I'm going to be talking about that as well in Sunday's live event. So we really want to dive into trusting our intuition and why that's so important. Because if we're not, then we're really going off the rails. We're not going to be on our true path. Uh, Perhaps not attracting in the right person for us, especially if we're coming out of a toxic relationship. So, anyway, I'll be talking more about that, but it's so important to develop that trust with ourselves, and it's part of our power. Uh, Believing, trusting in our intuition. And so, yeah, we'll be talking about that. I have taught a class called Mastering Animal Communication, which was really about, ironically, helping others to build their confidence in their intuition, dive into their intuition, follow their intuition, and not question themselves. sometimes, we don't listen to our intuition. Has that happened to you? Pop a comment or pop a yes in the comments. Um, where maybe you were driving somewhere and you didn't, listen to your intuition, which said maybe you should take this other route. No, just keep going this way. And then there's an accident and traffic is tied up or whatever's going on. So maybe this has happened for you where you haven't followed your intuition necessarily. And then, you discover that your intuition was right all along. And so much of this goes, comes down again to um, our self esteem, self worth, trust in ourselves. And of course, if we've been through a toxic relationship, it's hard to trust in ourselves because we feel like we made a mistake. We feel like we made an error by being with this person who it turned out to be was not our soulmate after all, or whatever happened there. And now we think, well, we can't trust our judgment anymore. So we need to learn to trust again. That's such a big key. So do join me for the 3 keys to thriving after narcissistic relationships. All right, so let's pull some cards with and these are well-being cards. So it's really diving into our whole life. Mind body wellness is where I began in my work, and it's all tied together. How we think, how we feel, our stress levels, how it creates dis-ease in our body. Everything's connected. So let's pull a card here and see what we come up with. The secret of creating anything desired: get happy. And I was literally thinking about this before the call. I myself work with a coach who she's just always perky. I have a tendency to be this ultra introvert, not so perky, just kind of keeping to myself, and not jumping up and down or whatever. But she has a tendency to be perky a lot. And, I often talk about gratitude. It's like one of the greatest tools to shift how we feel. But this says on the back, as you practice happy thoughts, you practice your connection with source and well being. From your place of being happy, you have access to all that you desire. So, what we think and how we feel affects our whole energy, like that whole frequency we're putting out there, because we are energy. We're made up of energy. And so our energy affects everything around us, it affects others, but it also affects what we attract into our life. So we want to have the right energy so that we can attract the right relationships, the right career, whatever it is we're searching for in life. So let me pull another card here. Let's see what other message we come up with. There isn't a bad one in the bunch. I know that much. Here's a cat. I've been seeing a lot of cats online lately. I am selfish enough to want to feel good. Now, I don't know if I want to use the word selfish, which can seem, self-centered, negative, whatever, but we can change selfish to love, self-love. I love myself enough to want to feel good. How's that? Or my self-esteem is good enough to where I want to feel good. I care about how I feel. And it's interesting that this is a cat because I was watching my cat earlier today while I'm, getting my day going. I'm busy doing stuff. And there's my cat laying there, stretched out, just enjoying life, totally being in the moment. And if you find that you're struggling with feeling good, bring yourself into the now, like our animals do. Bring yourself into this moment in time. And it helps to alleviate the worry because now, you're not worried about the past. You're not feeling depressed about what happened. You're not, thinking about the future, feeling anxious about that. You're just in this moment because that's all we have right now. I know you've probably heard this before, but it's so true that this is what we've got to work with. So, I pulled up the news. It was like stock market's crashing, but tomorrow it'll probably bounce up again. And it showed that there was this meter thing about why the market's doing what it is doing, and it said fear, which is the opposite of love. So if you're feeling fear, you want to tap into love. What is it you love? And this is where you can really feel grateful, really get into a sense of gratitude. So, feeling good indicates your connection to clarity, wellness, and an abundance in all things. Again, feeling good indicates your connection to clarity, wellness, and an abundance to all good things. Feeling good is your most natural core belief. So we naturally feel this way. Do you ever wake up in the morning and you feel good, and then, you look at your phone and there's all this drama and trauma going on, and then your stomach goes into a knot, and that inner peace that you felt isn't so peaceful anymore. So it's good to not, get caught in that drama. Try to look away, go within, and tap into that love within yourself. Okay. And by the way, before I pull the third card, I also offer a complimentary Time to Thrive call. And on the call, we look at what are your goals, what's your vision, really go deep into that. We also take a look at your fears, where you've been struggling, what's holding you back, and what are the possible solutions for you to get on track in your life. Whether it is breaking the trauma bond, which I've helped people with because it's called a trauma bond for a reason. It's a bond. It's not easy to break out of. That's when we really need a helping hand to help us through it, to see the things that we can't see. So, if you've maybe moved on from a relationship with a narcissist or got dumped by a narcissist, um, you're not alone. You're in great company, and, I can help you move through that much faster than you can on your own and get the healing and the clarity you need to live a better life from what you've been living. So that's my little mini commercial here. If you would like to book a Time to Thrive call, you can message me and I will send you the link. Okay. Let's pull another card and just see what we're coming up with here. So far, we've got the secret of creating anything desired is to get happy. There's a theme here, right? I am selfish enough to want to feel good. So it's all about our emotions here. Where are your emotions on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being awesome. You feel like you're in heaven, cloud 9, whatever you want to call it. A 5 being so-so. So where do you rate there? And really take a look at that. And how can you boost that? How can you shift your focus to bring that up? Okay. So this says, the harder I push against it, the more I attract its essence. So focus on, I think I pulled this one not that long ago. Focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. So if you keep, let's say you've got insomnia problems. And as with a background as a clinical hypnotherapist, here's what I know. You got to focus on what you want. So you don't want to go around thinking, I really hate the fact that, I've got insomnia or whatever it is. I wish I didn't have insomnia. You want to avoid thinking about that word because you'll just keep attracting it back in. You'll keep struggling. You'll be stuck in that loop. So focus on what you do want. So it might be, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm sleeping peacefully, even if you're not there yet. You want to train your mind, especially your subconscious mind, into believing what it is that you want. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm having a great night's sleep. I'm sleeping through the night, whatever. And it feels so much better to use those positive words, doesn't it? Back to getting happy, feeling good. So we want to really focus on feeling good, feeling positive, feeling into what it is we want, and avoiding focusing on what we don't want. I remember years ago watching The Secret, and there was something about, when we don't focus too much on the opponent, like if you're looking at political candidates, you want this one you want this one candidate, but you're really focusing on their opponent. You don't want to do that because that could attract in more people supporting the opponent. It's putting energy into it. We're all putting vibes out there. Focus on the party, the leader, whatever it is that you want versus the one that you don't want. So, those are some messages that I wanted to share with you. Do sign up. Let me know if you want to jump on a call. This is really going to dive deep to help you get unstuck and on track. So, thank you again for joining me on this Monday. I hope you enjoyed those messages. They're all connected there. And, really being empowered comes down to going within, loving ourselves, focusing on us, not on the other person. That's a huge, huge part of it. So, anyway, but there's specific tools to help you get there when it comes to breaking trauma bonds, when it comes to going deep into self-worth and confidence. It's important to have guidance in that area so you're not stuck spinning your wheels. Okay, thanks again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed those messages. Let me know in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you on the next call. Bye for now.